Gaurav Bissa, SVP at Intra Equities, joining us. And Gaurav, hi, thanks for your time today. And want to get a sense on the technicals as to why we're not being able to hold on to that 25,000 mark. Because even when we cross it, we were able to hold on to it yesterday perhaps. But today, all of that has reversed. And not only that, we've taken a nosedive in today's trade. What are the patterns on the charts telling you? And where do you see any near-term visibility, if at all, for us to hold on to that 25,000 mark and scale up from there?
A very good afternoon to you and your viewers, and thank you for inviting me on the show. See, as far as the reasoning behind why we could not hold at the higher levels, one theory is quite simple. We opened on a gap up note now a couple of days back, and what we are seeing at the current juncture is if we're trying to fill that gap, we are at the right at the gap support area. And this is quite common. We have seen on multiple occasions that whenever there's a gap happens, generally the possibility of either the gap filling or Nifty coming towards those gap can be seen. So in my opinion, we are right at the support area. If Nifty sustains 24,850, 80 on the spot side, where we are trading currently, then we are back in the game and we can go towards 25,200, 300. So I would say it's a healthy thing that is been happening. On low time frame charts, we had a very strong upside from 24,300 to 25,200 yesterday. So this strong upside in a relatively short period of time resulted in momentum indicators entering into overbought zone on low time frame charts. And what we are seeing is normalization of that thing happening. So let us see if we are either filling the gap. If we fill the gap, that also is a positive sign. Even if we do not, then I think Nifty is right at the support area. I would not recommend a buy at the current junction. Let us see if Nifty goes a little bit higher, then you take a punt. But at the current junction, I think Nifty is at the support area.
All right, that's the take on the markets. Hi, Gaurav. Good to be speaking with you. It's been a while already. Hope all well, but let's start having your view on the auto space rather, because we were just chatting about Maruti Suzuki in particular, and we were just talking that how the company is gearing up for the next leg of product launches to be planned. What's your own sense? Because the stock is already given a very good move.
Hi, thank you for inviting me on the show. See, if you look at the Nifty overall, auto overall, then you will see that it has been in a consolidation, tight consolidation for a while now. It's been 1.5 years that Nifty auto has been consolidating. In that perspective, it had the similar chart, the mirror image of that was reflected in Maruti Suzuki as well, which was also in a 1.5 year consolidation. Now we have seen a breakout of the consolidation happening, and this consolidation can push it towards maybe 15,000, 15,500. Now the levels might seem smaller, it's just we're talking about 3-4% from here. But one needs to also understand the breakouts were at lower levels. The breakout levels were 13,200. So we are already 1,000 points, 1,200 points above that particular breakout area. And that particular breakout can push it towards 15,500. So overall, the setup remains positive. If there's a decline happening, this has also seen a gap. So if it indeed tries to fill the gap, that would again give a buying opportunity for somebody who has already bought at lower levels, can keep riding it. As a disclaimer, we had also recommended this stock way back a year back when it was trading around 9,800. So we have also started initiating some profit booking strategies in the stock. So in my opinion, while the trend is very strong, I would not recommend buying fresh, but any dip towards 13,500 can be bought into.
Okay, so that's the strategy on Maruti and also some other stocks. But Narendra, I want to come to you and get your sense about the entire Alcobev space. We also interacted with the management of Radico Khaitan. We listened to a soundbite after we get your view on this entire space. What are you making of some of the stocks over here? And does this space now look attractive? Because that whole GST overhang is now away from this space.
Yeah, definitely. We are positive on this space, and we look for the demand situation to improve and the volume growth to resume, and especially in the festive season and the second half of the year, we expect the volumes to improve. And with the overhang of the GST gone, I think the segment can start delivering on the returns.
Okay, so that's the take on the Alcobev space, and as promised, let's go across and listen into the management of Radico Khaitan, because speaking about the much talked about news of GST rationalization, we had the management, Dilip K. Bantia, the CFO, and also the COO with us on the show, who says that if Alcobev comes under the GST ambit, it will help them with input costs. Let's go across and listen in.
Alcohol is not in the GST and it is a state domain, state subject. It requires constitution amendment with 3/4 majority, which didn't take place at that time. And we see that alcohol continues to be in a state domain. As far as GST rationalization is concerned, the government is contemplating slab rationalization and two large slabs like 5% and 18%. At this point of time, we pay 18% GST on most of our item and we absorb around more than 200 crores in our cost. If cost rationalization takes place, there will be some benefits on the input cost. And as far as the output is concerned, the alcohol sale is concerned, it is out of GST, has its state taxes. I think we will keep up the momentum. For the 26 outlook is that we will have 20% growth on our overall volume and the P&A will grow much faster than that and value growth more than 25% plus.
So we've achieved leadership positions in other categories and it's now time for whiskies. Rampur has received accolades all over the world and Royal Ranthambore recently launched is considered to be India's finest blended whiskey. There is a beautiful product on the drawing board and it is a single malt whiskey which we hope to launch by the end of FY26 as well.
All right, so that was the take coming in from Radico Khaitan's management, sounding very optimistic on the demand ahead as well as also gave us the volume guidance. But we also spoke with Rajiv Batra, head of Asia Equity Strategy at JP Morgan, as he says that Alcobev is a premiumization play in India. Let's go across and listen in what else he had to say about the Alcobev space.
Premiumization play in India, and as we have seen in the past, like the premiumization trend is upon increase beyond, like as I've said, where people take good care of their health and hospitals are beneficiary. And same side, you can say premiumization also benefit because of a rising GDP per capita. This is a part of the cycle we have seen in other EM also, who went through this from 2,500 GDP per capita to 3,000 and above, how the different plays came out. So Alcobev was the one particular space. In other countries also we have seen got benefited when GDP per capita moved about certain level. And top of it, as you can say, more saving also coming in people's hand, either by the tax rate cut or even by normalizations of sales and the GST something, that will also help your Alcobev space too.